to the Activated Storytellers 45th podcast, May 24th, 2007.
This week's story is The Snow Maiden, a Russian folktale.
Hi, I'm Dennis.
And I'm Kimberly.
And I'm Zephyr.
And together we are...
the Activated Storytellers.
Here yet again to activate your ears. This week we have a special guest star. We have what's become known as Zephyr's little sister. She is here. Do you want to introduce her?
She can talk. She can introduce herself.
Okay, we'll let her talk. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Devon Wood. I'm 10.
And we met Devon, it was about a year ago. Devon's mom is here too. This is Brenda.
Hi, I'm Brenda.
We met at Devon's school.
We actually did a week residency there, so we saw a lot of Devon during the week, and we were very impressed with her, and we're very glad to have her with us today.
Yes, she and her mom came out. We performed at a school today in Altoona, Iowa, and they came out to see the show and to hang out with us.
2 shows, technically, they came to see. We did Shakespeare twice today, back to back.
Yes, and different. Today we did the show for grade school audience. Typically we do that one for junior high, middle school.
It actually worked surprisingly well. I was amazed at how well, especially the younger grades, like the first and second grade, actually managed to latch on to it.
Yeah, the kindergartners really even seemed into it today. What do you think?
Yeah, I think they all enjoy it. I mean, none of them seemed like it was boring for them. I thought it was really fun myself.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, now last week we told you we were in Wisconsin Dells, and this week on the way down here to Iowa, we stopped in a little town called Sparta, Wisconsin.
And the reason we stopped is because I hit the brakes. I had to stop because as we were driving into Sparta, we see big billboards that claim that it is the bicycling capital of America.
In case you people didn't figure it out yet, Mom's kind of a bike nut.
Kind of. Well, plus it's bicycling month. May we get to celebrate or encourage people to ride bicycles, so I had to stop.
Now, Sparta is home to the world's biggest bicycle, 30 feet tall. It stands outside. There's a bike shop there with a 7-seat tandem that we saw.
Right, 7-seat tandem. I've been reading some journals of families who are on bicycles, bicycling across the U.S., and a lot of them are riding triplets, 3-seaters. This was a 7-seater bicycle.
How do you bike with 7 people?
It was mounted up on the ceiling, but I'm sure somebody rode it at one point.
The real highlight of Sparta is the Bike Museum. I love this place. This is one of these little places that are tucked out of the way that you don't hear much about, but they're really a gem of a discovery. This is actually the Deke Slayton Memorial Space and Bike Museum. How's that for a title? And it's called that because the astronaut Deke Slayton grew up in Sparta. He went to Sparta High School. And Deke Slayton, of course, was one of the original 7 astronauts chosen for the Mercury program. And they've combined a museum honoring Deke Slayton with a museum honoring bicycles. A really interesting combination.
Yes, and we saw a perfectly horrible film while we were in there. It was a safety film from the 60s, and it was just awful. You have to see it.
They told us at the museum that they never show this film to kids anymore because it kind of upsets them. And it was made in 1963, and it was designed to illustrate safety rules for riding bicycles by having those rules violated in the film. And the kids who were in the film were supposed to be monkeys. They rode their bicycles wearing monkey masks and tails, and then they got bumped off one by one as they violated these rules. It was funny.
Yeah, forgetting to stop at stop signs and whatnot. The funny thing is none of them were wearing helmets, and that was never even brought up as a safety issue. But
in the Bike Museum, they had some really interesting old bicycles. There was one, for example, that was designed to operate on ice, and instead of a front wheel, it had a blade.
There was one that had a lawnmower for the front wheel.
Yes, one of those old-fashioned push lawnmowers on the front so that you ride your bike around and you mow the grass at the same time. There was a Robin Hood model bicycle made in Nottingham, England. And they had, of course, velocipedes, which were the original bicycles with a huge front wheel before bikes started having chains on them.
That's what those are called, velocipede?
Yes.
Oh, and speaking of bicycle, Devon just got a bicycle today, didn't you?
Yes, we got it from a garage sale. Great mountain bike, and we got it for really cheap, too.
The story this week is The Snow Maiden from Russia.
Long, long ago in Russia, 100 years ago, maybe 1,000, who can say, there lived an old couple named Vasily and Marfa.
Vasily, would you move over?
Have you seen my liver?
No, I haven't. Oh, goodness, we're so lonely. How I wish we had a child. Every day I sit here at the window and I see the children out there playing in the snow.
Yay! Gotcha! Oh, that was so
Gotcha!
Gotcha with my snowball! Ha ha ha!
I don't see what the point of children is. They seem to be noisy and obnoxious.
Oh, but they're so much fun. Don't you wish we had a little child of our own?
I suppose so.
One day, they looked out into the snow, which is about all there was to do in Russia during the winter, and saw a bunch of children playing in the snow and building a snowman.
Hey, Vasily, look at that. They're building a snowman. Oh, isn't that cute? I think I'll go get a carrot so they can use it for the nose.
And it gave them an idea.
That gives me an idea.
Do you have that idea, too? Why don't we go out to the backyard and make our own little snow person, girl, maiden thing?
So they went out and made their own snow person. And after they'd made the Snow Maiden, they stood back and marveled at how lifelike it was.
Oh, goodness gracious, we're just so good at this. What do you think?
I'm just marveling at how lifelike it is.
In fact, the Snow Maiden looked so real that they almost believed she was about to come to life.
If she's going to do it, she should wait until I fix this nose. It's not quite right.
Oh, how I wish she was a real girl.
Well, it so happens that just as she said that, a shooting star fell.
Ouch!
Something magical occurred, and the Snow Maiden started to twitch.
Oh, Vasily, get my glasses. I don't believe my eyes.
Yes, she started twitching and coming to life.
Hello?
Did you hear that? I think I need my hearing aid. Did she just speak to me?
Yes, I did. Hello.
Oh, she's alive! She's alive!
Duh, it's alive! Snow's not supposed to come alive.
Oh, who cares? She's just beautiful, and I've always wanted a daughter.
But doesn't this violate some fundamental law of physics?
It's a fairy tale. Give it up.
So they took her inside and adopted her, since they weren't quite sure what else to do with Snow.
Come inside, dearie. Come inside.
Yes, I will go inside. Your house looks like quite a cozy little place to go inside.
Oh, you're going to be so happy here. Now, why don't you just go sit down right there by the fire?
Oh, I mustn't, or I shall be too warm.
Oh, goodness. Well, that'll never do.
I told you children were a lot of trouble.
Oh, now, never mind him. Are you really ours to keep forever and ever and ever?
Yes, for the winter, but I must warn you, when spring comes, I shall melt and go away.
Good. It sounds like it'll be a lot quicker than normal children. I hear you have to keep them for 18 years.
Excuse me, but I am a snow child, and I'm not a troublesome little child. I will be quite the nice little mannered girl.
Oh, I'm so excited. I could use some help with the dishes, you know.
I like dishes as long as it's not hot water.
So the Snow Maiden stayed with them for many days, and they became very fond of her, even though she liked to skate around in the house and occasionally broke a lamp or two.
Oh, watch out. Oh.
Sorry about that lamp. I really am. I didn't mean to. I slipped.
Oh, now don't you worry about that. It's just a 200-year-old lamp. No problem at all.
And before they knew it, the first day of spring was before them.
Oh, quick, close the blinds. We can't let her know that spring is coming. Now go get some ice cubes. We need a lot of ice cubes. We've got to keep it very, very cold in here. We can't have her melt and go away.
Is it getting toasty in here, or is that just me?
No, that's just my toast.
If you could you make the toast outside, please?
Good idea.
May I go out inside and skate around in the snow?
I don't think you want to do that. My toast is going to be out there, remember?
Oh, yes. Well, I'll just stay over here by the window. That way I don't get too warm.
Good idea, good idea. Phew, that was a close one.
And then, finally, one day, well into the spring, all of a sudden, it became too warm in the house to keep it cool.
I'm dying of heat in here. Is it summer out yet? I'm going to check out the window.
Oh, I couldn't stop her.
Oh, it is summer, and spring is past already. Did you keep me here all spring?
Details.
Well, I must go now. My friends have all gone. I shall catch up to them if I hurry.
And so the Snow Maiden suddenly melted away and was gone.
Goodbye, my friends. See you.
Although her voice lingered a little while longer.
Oh, no. Oh, she's melted. Oh, what am I going to do?
Well, you could start by cleaning that puddle up off the floor.
And that's the story of the Snow Maiden from Russia.
Or from Altoona, Iowa.
Yes, now, as so often happens when we do a story, we improvise the script here. We made up our own lines, and that includes Devon. She made up her own lines, so
Round of applause.
Hey.
you can get an idea what a talented young lady she is.
Thank you.
That was fun.
Now, you might think that maybe we should have saved this story for winter or else done it on the first day of spring, but in the places we've been traveling, Chicago, Detroit, Wisconsin, we've had winter well into spring, so we're just now at the point where we can say, hey, it's finally over. Spring is finally here.
We'll have to write a book about it. We'll have to finish the story. The Snow Maiden, Part 2.
Oh, one thing I want to point out about this story is we did this story years and years ago live on stage. And back then we had a young lady working with us, Megan Cohen. She was 8 years old when she started working with Dennis and I. Zephyr was about a year old or 2 years old, maybe 3.
Yeah, he wasn't even speaking. He was just a baby.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, that's right. He was just a baby. So we had Megan touring with us, San Francisco Bay Area.
And now we're getting ready to adopt Devon and have her come along with us, maybe.
Yes.
I'd love to, but I gotta finish out 6th grade first.
Details.
That might be quite a while since I'm only finishing up 4th grade and will be starting 5th grade next year.
Hey, you ever hear of homeschooling?
Yeah, but I would kind of like to finish out my years in 6th grade, maybe through high school. I'll think about it.
Well, just write us when you're ready. If you'd like to call in, if you found Zephyr's liver and you want to call in and tell us where it is, give us a call. It is 206-600-3213.
And there is a toll charge unless you live in Seattle. We'd like to thank Devon again for coming by. We've had a lot of fun today. We've come up with a lot of lines that won't make it into the finished podcast, I'm sure, but it's been a lot of fun.
And if you'd like to find out more about bicycling capital of America, just visit bikesparta.com. And we'll catch you guys next week.
Bye.
The Activated Storytellers perform at schools and libraries nationwide. On stage, we use American Sign Language, physical comedy, imaginative props, and a giant, oversized book to bring the stories to life. For booking information, check our website at www.activated-storytellers.com, where you can also find out when the Activated Storytellers will be performing near you. Read a story or order one of our audio CDs. Until next time.